Mic check, mic check, mic check. What's going on? Fair use, fair use, fair use. Blah, 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 blah. All right, yeah, I'm in there. I'm in there. All right, yo, check this out, man. Uh, yeah, let me erase this. Erase that. Boop. All right, look. I saw this guy, and he made a statement. I was about to go to sleep. It's 2:18 a.m. I was about to go to sleep. Looking on YouTube, and this dude just said some wild shit, bro. And then it bothered me so much. I had to make this fucking video. So right now, I'm gonna show you this guy just to debunk. It's like, yo, man, why we I'm not the only person saying this shit. So the fact that I gotta keep reiterating it, and there's other people who say it, it's fucking like, what's wrong with people, bro? I know there's like a couple 100 million motherfuckers in America, but shit, YouTube got a lot of motherfucking people watching. Come on, man. You niggas should know this shit by now. All right, so there's this guy. I don't even fucking know his name. But look at this fucking guy, bro. What is this here? I'm gonna take this out too. Boop. All right, just listen to this bullshit, Abby.
Deal in this country that's much worse off for them than non-black people.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
Do you know what the
wow.
safest
Fucking
investment in the world right now is? Because it's not stocks, real estate, or crypto. It's
Pussy.
actually
To try to make the vote, will they be recognized verbally, or do they are they?
Do you believe there's systemic racism?
Just like I would say that there's a lot of that black people have to deal with. That the issue of crime, we know for a fact, because it's been studied pretty extensively. Black people and people who aren't black or white people use drugs, commit nonviolent drug offenses at pretty much the same rates. Black people get arrested for these crimes about 2 to 3 times more often. It's dropping now that we've legalized weed more and more states, which is a great thing that we've done. Even if you say that police are doing that not on purpose, but because they're just in areas where more violent crime is committed and they're patrolling, isn't that an obvious example of something that black people have to deal with in this country that's much worse off for them than non-black people?
Okay. No, but any other point you want to make about systemic racism? So let me ask you a question. Do you believe there's systemic racism?
I would say that there's a lot of that black people have to deal with that makes them worse off in the country.
Okay, such as having to be around the police all the time?
Yeah, because if
Okay.
you're around police,
What?
Yeah, that wasn't me. That was this nigga. I had to play it back because I thought he fucking burped in the video, but it wasn't. He I think he was saying and that shit came out sounding like a fucking burp. Hold on.
Be around the police all the time?
Yeah, that was.
yeah,
that nigga.
because if
Okay.
you're around police,
What?
not because police, but because of we have this, I think, law that you're going to get arrested for committing a nonviolent drug crime. So as an extension of that, you're around police more often. You're more likely to be arrested for that.
Did he just say black people are around police more often? That was kind of racist. How come?
No, that was not racist, young man. That was not racist, young man.
Bro, y'all, I promise. Every time I watch a video like this, the young college liberal is literally more racist. I'm not even trying to side with one side or the other. I'm being 100% honest. Because he just said in the first minute of this video that black people are just around police more often. This is the reason of systemic racism. And for one, why do people always use crime to justify the systemic racism argument? As if all black people are just criminals, or we're just so connected and intertwined with the crime underworld. What?
So, you know me, stats man. I pulled up a whole bunch of motherfucking stats.
Majority of us are not criminals.
That's correct.
At least not what I think. I'm not a criminal. My families aren't criminals. So why, when y'all talk about systemic racism, does it always go?
Now, what this young man should have did from the jump is appreciate what that young college kid was doing. Appreciate it. This reminds me of when you had men shitting on Kevin Samuels. Men shitting on Kevin Samuels. I sat back and I said, yo, this makes no fucking sense. Nobody is out here speaking up for black men. And the one motherfucker that's speaking up for black men, you're talking shit about him as a black man. You don't even say, yo, thank you for what you're saying, but you just start chopping them down. Now back to this situation, right? White kid, young white kid, saying, yo, man, it's fucked up, what y'all doing to these black guys, boom, boom. For a person of an opposite race whose ancestors fucking hated your guts, drugged you, took your kids, fed them to alligators, stomped on the back of your head, raped your wife, all the horrible shit they did, for the descendants of that cocksucker to actually say something in your fucking favor, bro. Chill the fuck out. All right? That goes to all of you niggas, man. If somebody says something kind or in your fucking favor, at least have the damn common decency to appreciate it. You know what? Thank you. I appreciate what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do. Let me elaborate on this situation right quick. If a dude is on this corner and when the sun goes down, he gets robbed every day, would you want a cop there? Yeah, okay, he got to wait for the bus. He's on the corner, got to wait for the bus every day to get home. Every day the sun goes down, he's waiting for the bus, he gets robbed. They put a cop there, he doesn't get robbed. Problem solved. If you have an area where motherfuckers is shooting niggas all fucking hours of the day, you put police there. The shootings drop. Okay, little motherfucking Tyreek going to the store to get some Skittles, he may get searched, right? But guess what, Tyreek, you in the motherfucking area where niggas is shooting. You probably know the niggas that's shooting. So don't get mad. Say, yo, man, I don't got it on me today. Go ahead, search me. Whatever you want to say to break the ice. Okay? You have to learn how to manipulate people. There's good manipulation, there's bad manipulation, there's necessary manipulation. Okay? So you could laugh and joke with them. They search you. All right, cool. They see you the next time, they might not search you. You woke up, yo, man, I already know. Oh, who that, Johnson? Yo, go ahead, search me, Johnson. You know I ain't got nothing. Go ahead. Build a rapport, manipulate the people's feelings. There's intentions behind this shit. But you need motherfuckers to deter certain situations. He's gonna talk about a fucking area in Maryland. Well, not him. I'm gonna show you a clip of a family that lives in Maryland. They moved from Texas, right? I think they were in Dallas. Then they moved to fucking Maryland, to another nice neighborhood in Maryland. Not too many. But they moved to one of the nice areas. There's no crime. Why is there no crime there? Because there's no police? No. There's no crime because motherfuckers got money. Money is what creates crime. What breeds crime? What breeds greed? What breeds the necessity to knock a nigga upside his head? The motherfucker who was robbing homeboy standing on the corner, in my first analogy, he might not have been a terrible guy. It might have been out of necessity. Maybe this dude gotta bring home some money to feed his sisters and his brother and his mom. Or maybe he gotta bring some money home to feed his his son or his girl or whoever. Right? So there's always a reason for something. But for old boy to come out there, he's young, he's fucking talking shit or whatever. So that could be the reason. But let's go.
Go to crime. Crime does not affect me. So that alone is kind of racist, but anyways, let's continue this.
So look, here's the thing. So in 2018, blacks made up 53% of all the homicide offenders in America. No one wants to say it out loud, but blacks commit more crimes than whites and Asians.
No, they don't. Cap. But his reach is larger than mine. He just poisoned all of these young college students. He just poisoned everybody that watches this platform of his. So the only thing I could do with over here, we 600 strong, is show you guys. He said 2018, right? Yeah. He said 2018. So we're gonna go to 2018. All right. 2018. FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigations, crime in the United fucking States, right? Also known as Table 43. Table 43, right? Now, total arrests, total, right? You got here white and black or African American, right? Cool. White people committed 5,319,654 crimes. Black people committed 2,115,381 crimes. So, right here, you see white people commit more crimes than black people. Am I mistaken? No, I'm not. Okay? So we're gonna run this back one more time to hear this man lie.
No one wants to say it out loud, but blacks commit more crimes than whites and Asians and Hispanics. In fact, there's a disproportionate.
So when we go here looking at our table, we see that this nigga don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, I just called whoever he is, nigga. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. It's right here, bro. Now, what crimes do they commit? I will give it to him. I'll give it to him. We will kill your ass. Niggas. Murder, non-negligent manslaughter, right? They 3,953. We got them by 1,000. We got them by 1,000. But it's like almost the same rate, just a little bit more, just a little bit more, right? But white people are some raping motherfuckers, huh? Oh, these niggas love to take pussy. Look at that. Oh my God. Right? Now, we'll shoot you. Black people will murder your ass, and they will rob your ass. They'll rob you for your iPhones. You see them in there snatching the iPhones. You see them in there snatching Gucci and Louis Vuitton running out the fucking stores. You see them. We used to take niggas. Well, not me, but my people. We used to take niggas 8-ball jackets back in the day. Used to take niggas Jordans off their feet. Yo, what size are those? Niggas ask you what size your kicks is. Just be ready. Just be ready to grab his hands and headbutt that ass. I'm telling you. If nigga asks you, say, yo, them shits just fly. Yo, hold them up. Let me see. Yo, what size are those? You tell him your size. And you will watch his fucking hands. So you grab them shits and boom. And then you run, kid. Yeah. Now look, yeah. So back to what I was saying. Move this up here. Yeah, we'll a nigga will bang you quicker than a white person. White person will shoot the shit out of each other too. They'll bang you. They'll rob you more. But look at this here, aggravated assault. These is the bar fights and the baby daddy trailer park trash fights and shit. They'll burglarize. They burglarize damn near 60,000 more times than us. This is real life, B. And this motherfucker talking about black people commit more crimes than white people. No, no, we don't, motherfucker.
It out loud, but blacks commit more crimes than whites and Asians.
No, we don't. No, we don't. No, the fuck we don't. Right? And look at this shit. Larceny and theft. These motherfuckers love to steal too. That's obvious. Look at this shit. 2.5 times more than fucking black people. 48,000 times. What else? What else they killed? They got us a motor vehicle. Who would have thought they steal more cars than us, bro? Who would have thought? They steal more cars than us. Twice as many cars. They burn up 3 times as much shit. Oh, here we go. Violent crimes. 230,299 to 146,000, bro. Property crimes. Look at this. Look at this, man. They crushing the game in crime. They're fucking crushing the game. Other assaults, whatever other kind of fucking assault you could think of, they did it 512,000 times. We did it 254. That's twice as much, Pop. Twice as fucking much. Forgery and counterfeiting. You could tell niggas is poor. They don't do nothing with no fucking money. They don't know how to forge or counterfeit shit. These niggas did that shit damn near 3 times. What else? Fraud, yeah. Mm-hmm. Everything. Every fucking thing. Black people kill and rob. We do. But when you say black people commit more crimes in America than white people, you're fucking lying. Right? And we only killed 1,000 niggas more than you did. Only 1,000 more. Well, we ain't nearly killed as much motherfuckers as y'all niggas killed, but in 2018, we killed 1,000 more. Y'all niggas killed hundreds of millions. All right. Sex offenses, except rape and prostitution. Got a lot of sex offenses here, kid. These niggas, they love taking pussy and booty. They love taking that shit. Drug abuse. What? What? You see that number? 871,000 to fucking 333,000? What? Y'all love drugs. Well, we gamble about the same. 1,000 to 1,100. Yeah, we gamble about the same. Offenses against family and children. Look at you motherfuckers here. 43,000 to 18,000. Offenses toward kids and family. Yo, you, this guy had the motherfucking nerve to say that shit with so much conviction. Look at this shit. You might as well say 600,000 to 108,000, B. Driving under the influence. Yeah, you heard that white girl wasted shit? Yeah. What's next? Liquor laws. Y'all violate liquor laws too? Look at this shit. 100,000? What the Yo, you niggas get drunk, rape, rob, assault, sexually offend people and kids and your family. You guys are fucking barbarians. I wish I could talk to that motherfucker. Don't you come over here talking about motherfucker. The only reason why America think niggas is the only ones committing crimes is because we the only ones who film this shit and put it on goddamn Twitter and fucking Facebook, YouTube, CBS, and all that shit. You niggas do your shit, but nobody reports it. A black person could do the same fucking crime as your ass, and he'll do the fucking time for it. And this is what you niggas with the white privilege getting off, getting probation. Yeah. And we busted two fucking judges who were selling out niggas to private prisons for the money. Yeah. You niggas are the fucking degenerates of America. Talking that shit. You fucking motherfucker, you. Look at this shit here. This nigga got some motherfucking nerve. Drunkenness. You niggas are drunkards. Look at this shit. 193,000 to 37,000. Disorderly conduct, vagrancy. You niggas are vagrants. What the? Now look at this. All other offenses except traffic, 1,666,825 to 663,000. You motherfuckers did 1 million more offenses than us when it came to all others. And he had the nerve to talk some shit. Don't talk shit about him. Oh, here we go. Under 18. Let's see what y'all little motherfucking brats is. Let's see what little Timmy doing. I didn't even see this, so this is going to be a live reaction out this motherfucker. Hold on. Make this a little smaller here. All right. What's little Timmy doing? Holy shit. Well, I did say that we murdered, that we fucking clapped. Niggas under 18, 401 to 280. Y'all ain't far behind. Damn, even little Timmy raping bitches? What the fuck? 2,117 to 884. So these is little young rapists. They ain't even 18 and 2,000 of them raping. How much was the adults doing? 12,000? God damn. Even the youngins like taking pussy. Yeah, see? Murder, and robbery. That's our stilo, as they used to say. And usually the robberies turn into murder. Yeah, man. That's that poverty shit, man. That's that poverty shit, bro. So living under the poverty line too, you gotta go out and get it. And he ain't gonna give it to you. You gotta take it. Right? That's really the core. I know what you're thinking. That's really the core to it. That's the core. That there's not enough to go around. Because if there was enough to go around, you wouldn't need to sell drugs. Right? If you didn't need to sell drugs, you wouldn't need to get in the gang to get extra protection to sell drugs. Right? So with having money, you cut out two degenerate activities. Okay. They had the school shit where they would show you how, trades and shit like that. They took that shit out of the schools. I think what the fuck was they going to do? Now, how do you fix? There's only one way to fix the ghetto. Right? But what this thing is saying, all black people commit more crime. No, we don't. No, we don't, man. Stop telling that lie. Stop telling that lie. It's a fucking white lie. Right?
No one wants to say it out loud, but blacks commit more crimes than whites and Asians and Hispanics. In fact, there's a disproportionate amount of crime committed by blacks in America. And so therefore, you're going to have a heavier police presence. And so why is that happening? I believe there's a fatherlessness epidemic happening in America. And I really don't have a soft spot for the argument like, hey, there's too many police around, therefore I can't like deal crack without being interrupted. Like not exactly there.
And I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I agree because hear me out. Hear me out. When you talk about crime and people are being policed more often, yes, because if you're being policed more often but you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to worry about. The only people who really have something to worry about.
Now here's where this nigga don't know what he's talking about. Young man, I don't mean to call you a nigga like that. Excuse me. Young man, you don't know what you're talking about. Let me explain something to you. I grew up Brownsville, Brooklyn. Right? Brownsville, Brooklyn, yeah, we had a heavy police presence. There's a lot of murders, a lot of crack dealing, right? Heavy police presence, right? But you know what came with that heavy police presence? Quotas. Many of people were going to the bodega, to the corner store, get something to drink or something to snack on or whatever. And they were stopped by the police, frisked, and while they were being frisked, the cop tells him to put his hand behind his back, right? So when he's like, why? He's like, you're under arrest. He's like, for what? Oh, what's this? Yeah, the motherfuckers was dirty. 73rd precinct? Yeah. 73rd precinct, East New York Avenue. I think it was East New York and Bristol, some shit like that, or further down, I forgot. But yeah, they would plant shit on regular people who didn't have shit. They figured, well, fuck it, he was gonna get locked up at some point anyway. He just ain't having on him today. But that nigga didn't sell crack, bro. And you can't do that. If I had crack on me yesterday, nigga, you should have caught me yesterday. Today, I'm a law-abiding citizen, nigga. You can't fucking, oh, yo, yeah, that ain't mine. Don't even got my fingerprints on it. How the fuck you putting it on me? How'd that happen? So, along with quotas came people getting tagged for shit that they didn't do. And it's so funny. The ones that got tagged for the shit that they didn't do were never the ones who was doing shit. I remember just getting home from work, right? Walked home from the train station. I think I walked from Broadway Junction. Cut through the LIR underpass, walking down East New York, get to Howard Projects. I see my boys outside and shit, right? I think it was 4 of them. I said, oh shit, there go Larry, there go so-and-so. I walk up, giving everybody 5. I just got there. Literally 15 seconds after I got there, police rolled up on us. Put us up on the fence, searched us. Like, yo, what you searching us for? We got a call that somebody had a gun. They said it was 5 black males by a fence. Nigga, I just got here. You're lying. So, young man, with power comes corruption. I work Rikers Island, where I've been on. I worked Rikers Island since 2009. I know the inside. I know both sides. I know the civilian world. I know the law enforcement world. With power comes corruption. With law comes corruption. With justice comes corruption, bro. Yeah. Sometimes it's being a cop is kind of like being a CO. Like, you can't work a certain area for too long. because you become like the motherfuckers you working around. Yeah, you start to act like them. You start to, and if you really want to keep justice in that motherfucker, you gotta rotate those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be no more than a year. After a year, cycle that motherfucker out of there. Because he's gonna start doing corrupt shit. Especially if you're working with somebody that been in that shit for like 3, 4, 5 years. They gonna show him how to be corrupt. A corrupt law enforcement figure. So that's the problem that comes with over policing. They gotta make their quota somewhere. So they're gonna make their quota. They ain't gonna make their quota with and they don't pick. What I learned is they don't pick hard targets. Meaning they don't go for the niggas that's yelling and talking shit and all of that, giving them a headache. They don't fuck with niggas. You know who they fuck with? They fuck with the kid who graduated high school early and he's coming home from he just enrolled in college and shit. He's coming home. He's got his book bag on. The little square nigga. That's who they gonna stop. That's who they gonna frisk. That's who they gonna curse at. That's who they gonna throw up against the wall. Yeah. Same thing in jail. I've been in situations where there's been a certain type of nigga that, was acting up. So I'm like, all right, well, I know what happens when niggas act up, right? Supervisor don't want no parts of it. I ain't gonna fucking jump in there and when shit go left, they gonna blame me. I need this nigga to supervise, and he has to give orders. He see what's going on. He right there. He don't he don't want to be bothered with it. So they pick soft targets. Don't think cops are suckers because niggas do the same thing. Yeah, niggas who commit crimes, they pick soft targets too. Yeah, everybody does it. So that's the problem with having motherfucking too much policing, nigga.
Are criminals. You want criminals running loose? You want more criminals on the streets because of the
though, is that there are issues, if you want to just talk strictly racial, that are disproportionately affecting white America, such as opioids and fentanyl. Not to say that blacks are not affected by this, but it is a disproportionate rural issue. Now, why would that be? Well, white individuals, because of the industrial kind of growth in America, were more likely to get involved in muscular trades in Ohio and Pennsylvania, especially in steel mill towns and such. Therefore, they'd be
He babbles on a lot, but I'm a kick in my 2 cents about this systemic racism shit. When you're talking about housing, buying houses, when you're talking about jobs, they just did a recent study. Black man, bachelor's degree, going for a job, right? No criminal record. Then you had a white man, criminal record, no college degree. They went for the same job, right? 75% of the time they call back the white criminal with no college degree. Like, bro, it still goes on. It's systemic racism still goes on because there's fucking white people, white dudes who are in these positions, and they feel the same way you feel. They feel the same way he feels. They feel black people are getting too much light, too much shine, too much praise, too many tickets, too many, they're getting too many passes. Well, I'm not gonna let him pass up fucking Ted. Yeah.
Be more what? Likely to get injured at work. So you get likely to get injured at work because of the Sackler family, which you and I could probably agree are a bunch of criminals who should be put in prison for a long period of time. They started to overprescribe oxycontin, into the communities, and therefore getting these people addicted to the high.
All right. Yeah. So he's a fucking racist. All right. Now, second portion of this. This was very interesting. I actually got this from that same gentleman we were watching. But I like to go to the actual source and get the actual video and comment on it from there rather than other people's videos. If I can. Sometimes they're so good at cutting the shit out. They cut out all of the fucking anything so you can't see where to source the video from, you know. Yeah, but anyway, so like look at this. Right here, you got this is a young black female right now. They're at Penn State. Okay. It's a very prestigious college, right? Pretty little young thing. This is a mama, and this is her daddy, right? Now, daddy and mama, they make some good fucking money. Okay. They were in Texas. She talks about what it's like growing up in Texas and getting cars and having pools and, you know, never hearing about money issues and basically having a great fucking life growing up. Then they moved to another nice town in Maryland, and they're speaking about that, right? It's a very interesting fucking video, and I'm connecting it to some more FBI stats to show what is that motherfucker's name, man? I don't even know that motherfucker's name. He's an asshole.
Of an opioid and then searching for other places to go there. So we could play these kind of racial games all the time. Is it fair for someone in Southeast Ohio who's white, who was a son of a steel mill worker, and all these things, that they might have been more exposed to this sort of thing? I think the hyper-racialization of all that is less important than the real, more fundamental question, which is, why does race matter in any of this? And I say it doesn't. I don't like looking at people through a racial lens. If you want to do that, which I said, the statistics are not good at all. In fact, it shows that there's an under-policing problem in black neighborhoods across America. In fact, 50% of homicides go unsolved in Chicago, 50%, because of lack of detectives and lack of police in a lot of these areas. And kind of for your daily thought crime, police prevent crime, and they did prevent crime in New York City.
Yeah, bro, this is facts. This is
All right, shut up. All right, let's kick it.
Growing up as someone of means who is black.
Shout out to the gun violence in Chicago.
Destroy them all.
All. Destroy them all, Pop.
I'm gonna be honest. The man who taught me really for real what love looked like, he just got married not so long ago. But the reason why we didn't work out is because he was broke. And
don't like broke boys.
What is that like? What do you navigate specifically when you put those pieces together?
The foundation of my childhood was largely in Texas. And where I lived in Texas, it wasn't all cacti and tumbleweeds. It was a very progressive, like rapid growing, new school after new school, shopping complex after whatever, like hospital, gas stations across the street from each other, like money. Kids get Mustangs and Camaros when they turn 16, and that was typical. That wasn't, anything out of the ordinary. Since that was the majority, it really wasn't that outstanding. I really don't think.
What's not you're saying that level, that class level?
Class level, yeah. I moved to Howard County, Maryland, my sophomore year of high school. And
Now, pause. Howard County, Maryland. Okay. Shorty moved to Howard County, Maryland. Hold on. All right. Just keep that right there. Texas. Which one is this? What's that? Yeah. All right. Howard County, Maryland. Oh, is it Texas? No. Bombaclard. Oh, my bad. Wrong one. All right, so here it go. Howard County, Maryland. This is Howard County, right? You see the Howard? Howard, right? This is where they moved. Okay? Can you see the fucking stats, my nigga? Wrong button. Where's that? Howard. You see all them motherfucking zeros, nigga? They weren't doing shit out there. But you look up here, right there in Hartford, you see 348. Howard County Police Department, you see 643. But in Howard, 0. Montgomery, 0. These areas, Baltimore County, 0. Now, Baltimore City, this shit here. They used to call Baltimore a B-more, Bodymore, right? So, these areas, this is the violent crimes, rape, murder, manslaughter. Where's that? Howard. So they moved to Howard. She wasn't really speaking too good at Howard, though.
I could not believe, like, I didn't realize how big of a bubble I was living in, because growing up, I thought the rest of the world was like a different flavor of Frisco, Texas. Like, I thought it was kind of the same, just like maybe a little bit of difference.
So Frisco, Texas, that's where she came from, right? Frisco, Texas. This is where she came from. Look at this. Frisco is ranked one of the safest cities to live in America. Where she says, girl, you know, kids got Camaros and shit at 16. Ranked one of the safest cities. This is due in large part from its low crime rate, lower than in many other cities. In fact, the total crime rate in Frisco is 15 to 1,000, making it the safest city in Texas. 15 per 1,000. Those are great fucking stats, B. Frisco is ranked 73 out of 273 cities across the United States in terms of cost of living. The cost of living in Frisco is 103% of the national average. It's expensive out there, Pop. There ain't no poverty out there. Where there's no poverty, there's less crime. Unless you just got a fucked up kid. Or unless you got, you know, like fucking BMF who, you know, they got bread and they was able to move buy houses in the fucking neighborhood. But other than that, you don't have like where there's money, there's less crime. And even in BMF wasn't even doing crimes in the neighborhood. They weren't running robbing niggas and shooting niggas out there. They were just doing their operation in the fucking house. It was a crime, but it wasn't like a violent crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need. Everybody has. Everybody has. But when you talk about moving to Baltimore, Maryland, New York, Louisiana, Alabama, New Orleans, Florida, everywhere else where there's poverty, niggas living below the poverty line. You see them shits the motherfuckers living out there in New Orleans and Louisiana and shit? Shit's like shacks. Even in some parts of Florida, shit look horrible. So, you know, if you got a new pair of sneakers every fucking week going to school, it's gonna be a problem. You know, like so when you hear motherfuckers like that asshole, I don't even know his name.
Really facts, because if you ever lived in a neighborhood that had a lot of crime, but anyways.
New York City was one of the most dangerous, murderous cities in the 1980s and early 1990s. And someone who I think is unnecessarily mocked and smeared, Rudy Giuliani, became mayor and cleaned up that entire city. And
I don't got no applause in this motherfucker. Well, how about this?
You can't treat him like any of the other niggas around here because he ain't like any of the other niggas around here. You got it?
Rudy Giuliani did his thing. Rudy Giuliani did his thing. Rudy Giuliani did his thing. I remember 42nd Street used to be, 42nd Street was fucked up, bro. All them perv shops down there, the peep show shops, and the niggas selling and all of the degeneracy shit down there. 42nd, he cleaned all that shit up, bro. Crimes in the hood, they dropped drastically. And you're gonna have casualties. When you're trying to resolve crime, you're gonna have casualties. Lil Tim, little fucking Lil James, somebody they might get swept in the sweep. That's why it's good to not have a record, bro. Because when you get that first one and they look and they say, oh, this nigga was doing shit since he was 14, or he been in juvie when he was 12, like, bro, you don't want that. You don't want that. They're already gunning for you because you're black. And the thing is, a lot of motherfuckers don't even know why they don't like black people. You ever wonder why the whole world don't like black people? But they can't tell you. Like, meaning, why don't people like Jews? There's a reason what they say about Jews. Why don't people like Nazis? There's a reason why they say they don't like Nazis. Why people don't like who else? Who else don't motherfuckers like? I can't think of it. But like, there's an actual reason and a date, a point in time where they can point and say, this is why we don't fuck with them niggas. What point in time can they point and say why they don't fuck with black people, bro? We didn't pillage and plunder anybody's fucking country. We didn't fucking ride on a boat and just take over anybody's fucking land like the Vikings did. We didn't do none of that shit to none of these niggas, bro. So why the fuck you don't like black people? I don't have a problem with anybody. I'm a real transparent, straight shooter type of person. I don't hold a grudge against anybody that I can't pinpoint a time and space where they violated. If I could pinpoint a time and space where you violated, it's fuck you then. But what did black people do? I don't know if I have any white followers, but if I do, put in the comment why your ancestors don't like my ancestors. Why your grandmother today don't like black people. Why your girlfriend don't like black people. Like, what's the history behind it? That's the question. What's the history behind why they don't like them? What did they do? Them niggas in Africa, they pillage and plunder other villages in Africa. They don't go to fucking Spain. They don't go to fucking China. They don't go nowhere else and pillage and plunder and rape and conquer anything. They eat their own, literally. So why do you hate black people? What is the history of why your ancestors hate black people? Because today, there could be a reason to hate black people today. They can. There could be a reason to hate black people today. Shit, black people don't like niggas. Like niggas? Black people don't like niggas. So I could see why a 17-year-old kid might not like black kids. He might have got beat up. He might have got picked on by some young black kids, beat up in the bathroom, got his fucking, whatever. Right? That might have happened. And guess what? There's some white kids who cool as shit with black kids. Yeah. Like, it's just fucking retarded, bro. It really gives way to what I heard. And what I heard was it was a whole thing over jealousy, B. It was over jealousy. You make it like that's the only thing you could fucking say. But like, why else do you hate a motherfucker? If he ain't did shit to you. Why you hate him? You got a bigger dick. Your wife fantasizes about fucking a black guy. She want to see if it's true. What? What is it? Their demeanor, their fucking superior disposition in public, like a fear of nothing, like just little alpha shit that just exudes them. That cocky swag, like, what is it? No one can ever fucking tell the history. Why? But you got this nigga saying, oh, black people commit more crimes in America than white. No, they don't. Stupid. So smart, you're stupid. This motherfucker here. Like, I kind of don't like this nigga, B. But you know what it is? He says a lot of shit that's true. He says a lot of shit that makes sense. Except for when he says black people black people commit more crimes in America than white people. Yes, that is not true, bro. It's not even close. It's like it's a big ass lie. The same thing with the fatherhood bullshit. That was debunked. Stop it.
To his credit, liberal Democrat who ran for president, Mike Bloomberg, continued those policies. And so, look, any thoughts on that really quick? Because I want to get some other questions. But
yeah, I think I wasn't disagreeing at all that police do a lot of great work. The only problem with that is that is a true fact that that a factual extension of the fact that police are in certain areas more often means that if society has shitty laws, those shitty laws are going to be enforced more often.
Now, the thing with the police being in a bad neighborhood, policing isn't the bad thing. That's not the bad thing. The bad thing, what he needs to speak on is if I'm with him in his neighborhood and the police harass me because I'm in that neighborhood, that is a problem. There's a part in Brooklyn, Park Slope. I just drive around, and the police would see me in my car. Excuse me. They would follow me. Why are you following me? They see a black person, they're going to stop and park the car and watch them. Like, say you see a black guy go in a store. Okay, you're going to stop, park, and wait for the nigga to come out the store. Because you want to see if he's going to rob the store or some shit like that. Nah, bro. If he's in that neighborhood, he either lives there, works there, or shopping there. And how do you know? Because there's no crime in the neighborhood. Stupid. There's no crime there. So there's no crime there, not because you're there, cop. There's no crime there because niggas ain't coming over there to commit crimes. You understand? If there was an influx of black people going to white neighborhoods in Brooklyn committing crimes, from what I'm speaking about, then okay. You can say, you know what? Every time we see a nigga here, there's a crime at least about 30 minutes later, but that's not the case. You just see a nigga here and you're like, hey, what's he doing here? When in fact, you really should be checking for the white boys. Because according to the FBI stats, you niggas like to fucking do a lot of shit, bro. You niggas like to what? Aggravated assault, burglary, larceny, arson. Like, come on, man. You guys committed 3 million more crimes. 3 million more than black people in America. What's the exact numbers on this motherfucker? What's the calculator? Where's the calculator? Let me see. 5,319,654 minus minus 2,115,381. You committed 3.2 million crimes more. 3,204,273 more crimes than black people in 1 year. In 1 year. So I don't hate say shit, bro.
I pulled up to my high school. I couldn't even believe. I was like, "Where's the front of the building?" I couldn't even.
Wait, what did you notice?
Like most high schools in Texas look like office buildings, and it's very grand.
Brand new.
Yeah, like nothing's older than like 12 years old. This school had been here in the 60s, and I just didn't. It was just a very, very large adjustment. And I remember homecoming, this girl had offered to host, and when we were driving through her neighborhood, we were like, "Are we in the right place?" Like I didn't even understand there were such vast differences in class, like in today's day and age. Like I was seeing houses and like things like they weren't necessarily bad. They were just so much older. I literally didn't think that they existed anymore. Like houses from what you would see in like Stranger Things. Like I didn't know that like those were still like existing. And so moving to an area like that, pretentious. That was just such a common like conversation most people had at my age where I was from. People were like, "Why?" Like they would laugh at me, like, "You expect to get a car?" And I'm like, "Yes."
So are you saying, so I'm just thinking of some things we've talked about, or and you referred to a little bit here. So in Texas, you were a minority in terms of color, but in class, everybody was kind
nothing out
of
of
on the
the
same level.
ordinary.
And did you feel like that flipped when you went to Maryland?
Absolutely, yeah. And that's something that I've told people. I think now, being a black person in society was not, nobody thought twice about, but the other side of it, like maybe the neighborhood I lived in, like different things that I was exposed to, that was what was more shocking to the climate that I was surrounded by. And it wasn't a deal breaker. Like I still, fit in, and I made my friends, and I love them to death, and I still talk to them, but I did notice that kind of shift.
I'm kind of curious with the two of you as parents.
Yo, she look like somebody Tyreek will be fucking. Tyreek from Power. I think it will be all in them damn jaws, be.
But also just as people from another generation, as you hear her talk about her experience, identity-wise, right, and with class and culture.
And especially given how I'm trying to rupture this all the time in my work, like in this class, that there's just this sense, the conversation, the narrative is that Black Americans are poor, right? Black Americans are of lesser means. And so I can imagine if I'm navigating that in my work, how do you all navigate that? How do you walk through that?
It can be tricky. Listening to Isabella reminds me, it's a common thing. Like you can, as a Black American who's worked and has some success, you can find that you have no place to fit. Right? Because when you're in like Frisco, Texas, suburb of Dallas, you're a minority because of your race. Then, when you move to a place like the Baltimore area, you might fit in more race-wise, but then you're out of place because, class-wise, you don't fit with many other people. So
I can totally understand that. I could totally understand that. Guys, I want you to see this family here, and I want you to have these problems. I want you to have these problems. I want you to have so much fucking money you don't fit in with Black people. I want you to have I want you to have that problem. I don't want you to have the regular poor person problem, bro. The regular Black poor person problem. Okay? I want you to be able to give your children this type of life. The mother and the father are still together. They're raising the daughter. She's got a car. She goes to Penn State. Like, that's beautiful, bro. Right? Now, the thing is, what does it take to get there? So, what does it take to get there? We always talk about if you're going to go to college or if you're going to do a trade, You know, if you go to college, what do you go to college for? Right? All that good shit, right? Now you see this guy. Shit. He's able to take great care of his family. I don't know what his wife does. I'm sure she works. Right? If you look here, shout out to Medium Man for this site. It's the National Center for Education Statistics, right? This table right here. This is number of degrees to U.S. citizens, right? All right, so let's see. This is back in the 70s, right? So you got the 70s. Total white degrees, total black degrees, right? 800,000 white degrees to 58,000 black degrees. This right here shows you in 1976 to 77 how many fucking black people were going to college. Not many at all. Not even 1/10 of the rate that white people were going. Okay, so now we're going to go to 2020, right? And we got 2020. So now we got 1 million white people going compared to 197,000 black people. Now we're going to go to the males, right? 1977, we had 25,000 black males going to college. 147, 25,147, right? In 1977. And that was out of 58,000, right? So a little less than half, right? Black males. And where the females at? Females, they were 33,000. Okay. But in 2020, we have 70,000 black males in college. Okay. Which is a beautiful thing. So 70,000 ain't nothing to shake a stick at. But the females, 127,000. Okay. So what is that? Like 50,000 more? But you also got to factor in there's 2 million more black women than there are men. So of course they're going to be more enrolled. There's more women on the planet than there are men. You do know that, right? In fact, when you hear So, what I was saying about this is I want you guys to go and live like how that couple is living. Okay? I want you to. Is this it? Yeah. All right. I want you to be happy. Buy the car that you want. Buy the house that you want. Go on the trips that you want. Have the financial backing that you need. You know, you shouldn't be in a position where one disaster wipes out everything. You know, where you got to live check to check. You know, if the fucking car, like, if you have a car that fails, you should be able to go the next fucking day and get a new car. You should be able to go take $5,000 out of the bank, go to the car to a car dealership and say, hey, listen, I need a car, whatever. $350 a month is my max. You know, well, in today's time, $500 is my max monthly. Show me what you got for $500 a month. Run my credit before I even sit in anything, and show me what you can give me for $500 a month. Go. Because you don't want to waste it. You'll be in that bitch for like 3 hours, bro. Tell them niggas, this man, I'm gonna go sit down, go run my shit, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you come back and you show me like 5 cars, bro. Right? Now, you should be able to do that. I want you to be able to do that shit. I can't even really say, you know, how much they spend on their gear, but I don't think they spend a lot of money on their gear. You know? Shorty got a Penn State on and some fucking Lululemon tights and shit, you know? It's, you know, the dad got on like some windbreaker vest with a fucking button-up shirt. That's crazy. But that's them. But they could probably most likely survive a financial storm. They could probably survive that scenario I gave with the house, with the car. They could probably survive a storm like that with a house. You know, so STEM is the biggest shit you guys got to fuck with. You guys got to go get that STEM degree. What is this? Ah, speaking of STEM, that was another slide I had to show you. All right, now here's the thing, right? All those chicks, there's 50,000 more chicks in school, right, than you guys. But number of science, technology, engineering, mathematics. These are STEM degrees, okay? STEM degrees, blacks and whites, all right? You got only 35,000 males in STEM. And you got only, even less, 24,000 black females in STEM. So this means that, yeah, they're outpacing you and everybody else in the world in obtaining degrees, but they obtaining degrees and shit that don't pay them no fucking money. Where they do that at? They get their degrees in human services and social work and all that dumb shit. No, get you some shit in here, right? Yeah, so go to fucking this school, learn you some shit. Go to, if you're gonna do a trade, go to that trade school. But no matter what, for the guys, man, whichever avenue you choose, 16 to 25, do not have no babies. Do not commit to a female. What do I mean? Do not be her man. You don't need a girlfriend, bro. You just need somebody to fuck from time to time. You don't need a girlfriend. Get you like a fucking 300 packs of condoms, nigga, and just like you don't need a girlfriend, bro. Why? Because girlfriends disrupt you. Girlfriends are for niggas after you. I learned girlfriends are for after you accomplish the shit, bro. Ain't nothing worse than having a bitch while you broke, bro. She broke it in you, and she's like, "Well, you can't take me to some fuck." Bitch, you can't even take yourself there. I'm telling you, when it's time to do man shit, you ain't gonna be able to do it, and it's gonna make you feel bad. And if it don't make you feel bad, it should. Don't commit. After they're gonna want you to start paying their fucking bills and all of this stupid shit. Man, listen to this, man. They ain't paying your goddamn bills. So I gotta protect you. I gotta defend your honor. That might come with fucking jail, freedom gone, death, whatever, hospital, reputation, all defending your ass. I gotta fucking lift all the heavy shit for you, carry all the shit for you, fix all this shit for you, do all this shit for you. Fuck you. You ain't even fucking me back. I gotta fuck you. You know all they do is lay on their fucking back or bend over. That's the only thing they do. And I gotta pay for everything for you. What are you doing for me? What are they doing for you, bro? Not a motherfucking thing. Not a thing. The same thing they're gonna be doing for you in a relationship is the same thing they're gonna be doing for you if they just fucking you. So you should just be hitting that shit. That's it. You don't need nobody getting in your brain while you're trying to get your shit together. Because that's the only thing they do. They get in your brain, they nag, they try to make you feel bad, they expect you to move fucking heaven, earth, mountains and shit for them. For what? And if you don't do it, you ain't a good man. Listen, bro. Go to that school or go to that trade school. Learn that shit. Get yourself a fucking bomb ass career or trade. If you do the trade, open you up a fucking LLC. So like say you go to one that's 5 years, trade school 5 years, but that 5 years you're getting paid. But you're like an apprentice, you're learning. Right? You're getting paid, Pop. When you graduate, you continue to do your job. You're working now. So now you got the 5 years experience, right? 5 years training. When you graduate, you do another 5 years. So now you got 10 years experience. 10 years 10 years experience, 5 years training, right? You could go back to that school and hire somebody that graduated as an employee. And you work with him and you do jobs with him, you teach him and shit like that. Now you got an LLC. You got one employee. You're working, you get another employee. You're building your brand. You and that's how you do it, bro. That's how you gotta do it. So from 16, 5 years, what's that? 21? No, I'm sorry. 18, you do 5 years, that's 23. Do another 5 years, that's 28. Bro, your teenage years and your 20s, that's so you can live your 30s and the rest of your life comfortable, bro. You'll never be as strong, as resilient as you are as a teenager and in your 20s. And shit's not for partying, bro. You stay on that course. By the time you fucking 28, 30, your peers, they working at fucking a car rental shop or some shit, nigga. Like they're not making no money. and then you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be the friend out of the group, going here, going there, going on these vacations. You know what I'm saying? Doing certain shit, putting down on a house. That's gonna be you. That's what you want to do. Don't be getting none of these fucking broads pregnant. Yo, telling you, man, all they good for is some fucking pussy, bro. There was some chick, she said, yeah, black men holding black women hold black men back with that fucking box, B. I'm telling you. What's the shit I want to show you? Okay. There we go. Fuck. Fuck. Wrong shit. Damn it, man. Fuck. I'm trying to show you the shit that I used to always show. Is this it? What the fuck is this? Yeah, this is it. But how, damn, they're not showing me the shit. Fuck. Hold on. This is a pivotal thing right here. All right, I think this is it. Yes. Found it, baby. All right. Look at this. So, this is a map of this is a map of the US, right? So look. If she live in the red or the green, if she live in Chicago, period, nigga. Soon as you hear the bro from Chicago and say, nah, baby, you gotta move. I can't fuck with you. Do you see this shit? The whole shit is yellow and red, bro. So I don't understand why these motherfuckers here are still reproducing this shit and making babies, bro. This whole shit is fucked up. Right? Oh, there go on the side. Look. See? If you click here, just the yellow, definitely declining. Look at that shit. Look at the red. Look at this shit, nigga. Hazardous. Right? 4% of this place. Just these little green strips right here are the best. Not the best in America, but the best of the whole Chicago. All right? This is still desirable. So Chicago, you don't no. We're not doing that. All right? Let's see, where else? Sheesh, what's this? Birmingham. Oh, Jesus. All right. 50% of Birmingham is hazardous. It's definitely declining. Still desirable. Best, right? So listen, man. You motherfuckers in these states, man, y'all don't need to be fucking, y'all don't need to be reproducing with these motherfuckers. That's going to hold you back. Your kid is going to grow up there. Be going to the school with these fucking knuckleheads. You going to work, you stressed out because you don't know if your kid in school fighting, shit like that, bro. No, that's not how you want to live, bro. Get your shit taken care of first. Then you worry about the fucking broad. And you can choose whatever bro you want then.
It can be tough to navigate.
How do people let you know that you're out of place
Check this out.
in each of those scenarios?
Yeah, I can tell you, like for me, I've always been a car enthusiast. My uncle was into cars. I grew up into cars, right? And so not long after I got out of school, I saved up my money and I got my dream car at the time. It was a Corvette. I always wanted one. And I remember,
The first time I kind of drove it back to where I was living, people noticed it, but guess who was the first person to say something?
Something rude.
One of my black colleagues. What are you driving that for? He was like, come on, who do you think you are? Like, oh, and I was just like, no, it's just what I like, So, so that's how they let you know those kind of, microaggressions that come your way from either side,
Yeah.
right? And
Now you hear this guy? You hear how he talks? Keishas don't like this nigga. They think he a cornball. Remember Shorty who was on the Pineapple Show? Dude was a fucking nuclear physicist. He was going to the army for the nuclear physicist. He talked like this guy. She said pineapples. This is the guy that they don't want. But this is the nigga that you need. This is the exact kind of guy you need. You know why? A lot of bitches, they be chasing the basketball players, the fucking football players, and all that shit, right? Because they got a shot at going to the leagues. But if they did their homework, they would know 80% of men who retire from NFL go broke. 72% of men who retire from the NBA go broke. All within 5 years, like 3 to 5 years. 70%, 80%, that's the whole league. But what percentage of the leagues are there? Blacks compared to whites and Spanish. Blacks is like 70-something%. Is that the whole is that the whole shit? Maybe. Right? It's lack of financial literacy. Taking care of a village came in number 2. Basically, friends and family, here, all right, I got you. Da, da, da. You know what number 3 is? Divorce. Top 3. You don't know what you're doing with the money. You're giving the money away, and a bitch take what's left. Now, if she did her homework and she got with this gentleman here, who we don't know how much he makes, we don't know what he does, but to be able to live in Fresno, Texas, and then go to Howard, Maryland, or whatever, buying them cars at 16, having a pool, all that good shit, they're doing all right. They might not, they're not rich. They're not like fucking Jay-Z, Beyonce rich, but they're richer than me, obviously. Richer than you watching this fucking video. Right? They got bread.
And so it can be a tricky thread, needle to thread for us.
I would say, as it relates to, as the parent for Isabella, Isabella mentioned something about the exposure. So when you are functioning in different class levels or different means levels, you guys might know this, kids travel all over the world, they take trips, they do everything, and that's kind of the norm. It's not really a super special thing to fly here or go there.
Kids travel all over the world.
Or what have you, or have a pool. Like, that's so basic. But like for some people, that's like some major thing, having a pool. What I was concerned about was the adaptability, I would say, for our kids, the adaptability and the awareness. So exactly what Isabel is talking about, she wasn't sure of. That lack of awareness, sometimes kids don't understand why other kids are acting shady or acting weird. It could be their own envy, or it could be whatever they're dealing with. If you don't have the awareness, you don't understand how to process that or navigate it. When you do understand it, you choose differently and you help or interact differently. Some people don't need to know all of your means. And I think kids sometimes share, everybody doesn't have to know everything about.
You have to tell them what your daddy do, what your mommy do, how much allowance they giving you, all that shit. That's what you're talking about. They'll line all three of their ass up.
You have to wait and filter that. All of you in here need to know that for when you go to work, but even socially when you're meeting people, tide slow, or do it slowly as you're sharing yourself. So money or emotions.
But can you say more about that specifically as Black Americans, right?
So-
because it's a thing that you all, you're skating
In a
on
different
ice
ice.
that's thinner
Yeah.
in some way, right?
Well, Tony, what about the fact that, like, Tony and I, we would joke around, but it was very true. We discovered years ago, we were like, we probably shouldn't have people over. Like, people get weird when they come over, and you're like, but that only happens in certain groups.
Because they get weird because
Well,
why?
because I think, to your point, some people don't believe that Black people have needs at different levels. They're either shocked by it, don't think you should have it. So you have to think twice sometimes about, when am I going to drive to this event? Because I think I'll drive the beater, because I don't feel like going through all the drama that people bring sometimes about Black Americans, other people of color, when it comes to the perception of needs.
And so when you say that people bring to it, you mean both white people and Black and brown people?
Yeah, I would
altogether.
say both. And I think,
I just want to ask a related question. When you think about what you learned about race, how you talked about when you came here, it was like, whoa, different things your mind was open to when you understood different stakes, things that were at stake. There's this idea, I think, in what we're saying, that if you're not poor or struggling, you're not Black.
Right.
So I
say, like, oh, that sounds white, and you're like, wait, because that was grammatically right? That's really ignorant. Yeah, like, why would you say that?
Yeah, right. I wonder. So when you see your daughter growing up and not having to think about and being surrounded in a place where she's like, I don't know, I guess everybody talks about their car when they're 16 or whatever, the one they want. What do other people kind of pressure you to worry about in terms of what you might lose if you can't be, I don't know, a part of the culture in some way? That isn't necessarily because of wealth, but is somehow.
Are you losing yourself? Are you saying, like, are you losing?
Yeah, is there something?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think you are, but is there some worry that you would have for your daughter or son?
I think I can probably answer that better than they can.
Go ahead.
I've heard that a lot. I've heard the Oreo thing. I've heard you're like a white girl trapped in a Black girl's body. You're like, a lot of people think that I wake up trying to achieve whiteness. That is not, like, I never wake up and I'm like, I don't want to look the closest to Caucasian. That is never my motivation, just because I wear Lululemon or I wear my hair straight, or, I, have more expensive like whatever. Why? I guess like, and my mom told this to me once, like in the living room randomly. Why do white people get all the credit? Like just because it's nice, just because it's upscale, just because, why is it?
It's a great fucking point, bro. A lot of people say that. Oh, I ain't talking, man. What I gotta sound like a fucking freed slave, nigga, for you to understand what I'm saying? Like that is totally correct. What the fuck? What was that about? All right.
White, like who decided that? So and I don't think that like having different characteristics like that takes away from my blackness. I still think I exude all the best parts of my culture, and I still appreciate it. And
I tell you this, wherever the fuck wherever they live, they got some good ass stores over there. Cause I don't see no GMO in them thighs or nothing, B. The dad is in shape. The daughter's definitely in shape. The mama, she ain't like obese, but they eating good. Like they eat straight Whole Foods and what's that shit? Crate and Barrel, Cracker Barrel? No. I forgot the name of that shit. Damn. Wow. Trader Joe's.
And I still live life as a black person. I still experience and run into those roadblocks the same way everybody else does. So I don't think it's so much that they have to worry about me losing myself. I think it's more people realizing that you don't know someone upon first impression. You can't look at somebody and make assumptions and assume that you know things based off of false narratives or various stereotypes that you've preconceived. You don't know who somebody is until you get to know them.
Yeah, to me, that's why this is really such a valuable conversation, because we cannot, first off, half of all black Americans are middle class. And of the other half, you have wealthy black Americans, and you have poor black Americans. And like
that, I gotta research that. I kind of feel like I trust him because he is a professor and this is kind of his niche, these talks. So I think he knows, I think he would know what he's talking about. But I have to double check for myself just to be sure.
Middle class. And of the other half, you have wealthy black Americans, and you have poor black Americans. And but we're stuck in a narrative that we cannot get out of, that black equals poor, which is what I said earlier. And the problem is, if we're not engaging, if we're not crossing over bounds, it's kind of like if we're not traveling, right? We can talk about Japan, but if you haven't been to Japan, if you haven't walked the streets of Tokyo or Osaka or somewhere, you don't feel like the Middle East, right? You don't feel it. You don't really understand. And so, but too many people are not engaging, right? And so they just we can't get past that idea that we're so alike. Mm-hmm. You as a family of means, right? You have so much in common, far more in common with white people of means than you do with poor black people. You have so much in common. You can sit down, everything you talk about, what you're interested in, this, that, the other, it would be just like this connection. I mean, there's the cultural piece, but there's so much, right? But yet there's this sense of the distance. And
yeah, I agree. I think we're seeing, at least when I reflect back over the years, I think we're seeing both types of separation become a little bit more difficult. Race and socioeconomic class.
Yeah,
I think they are now two distinct types of challenges we all face.
Mm-hmm. I love the if you could go back to the story of, do you, for example, Isabella, when you're going to certain places, do you not wear some clothes? Do you okay, I can't wear that? I can't.
No,
need certain
my
brands?
mom is very much like that. Like,
Yeah.
I can't carry my bag or whatever. I don't care. I don't. So no.
But you would say you don't because it's what you said earlier, like driving. Do we just drive the beater and then no one's going to judge
Well,
us?
I was that was years ago when we had
Okay,
that
all right.
conversation.
When you had a beater.
Yeah, when I still have one. Yeah.
By the way, if English isn't your first language, a beater is a kind of a broken down car.
Yeah, like go
Right.
drive that to the business meetings. But no, I don't. Now I don't. I don't do that. But I would suggest that.
Wow. I just came to this after seeing her speak just now. The facial expressions like this, it's just like, yo, that's fucking, that's not even white, because white people don't even talk like that. That's like what some would call like a snooty nigga. Yeah, they would. I ain't lying. See, these are the type. Say you're on vacation or you're at a nice restaurant, right? Say you're at a nice restaurant in the city. And you see me walking. Her husband, and her daughter are gonna look and be like, "Oh my God, dear, this big black guy just walked in. Oh my God, like I really hope he doesn't, And I am the most classy person in a public setting. It's funny. But I go through that a lot, right? And people will see you and think, oh my God, like, do I look like a fucking a mass murderer, or do I don't know. Motherfuckers. Oh my God, Jesus, 3 heavens. Like they judge you based off of how you look. And a lot of times it'll be these types of people too. And I won't lie, I judge motherfuckers too. I see you walk in, no belt, pants hanging off your ass, your hair look crazy. I'm like, look at these niggas here. The fuck? Yeah. Because you just, more often than not, you see our people on some ignorant shit. Right? Or we perceive them to be ignorant. I'm trying to think the last place I've been. Was I come across some ignorant niggas? No. Actually, one of my friends is an ignorant nigga. He just started coming to the spot and shit. Loud as fuck, from the Bronx. Crazy. But funny as hell. Hilarious. He's a guy, he'll like annoy the shit out of you at first because he's super loud. But then when you realize that the shit he's saying is really funny, it's just like, this guy's hilarious. But yeah, they just like the only dude. Like everybody else, because now that I think about it, the only ignorant niggas I really see are on Twitter. Like I don't really see them in person like that. Come across a few, maybe one, maybe two out of a year, but not often enough. It's just really because of what we see on social media. Huh. Yeah, I'm so fucking tired. Oh, but let's see what the rest of the shit they got.
I don't. Now I don't. I don't do that. But I would. Because you guys know kids are interesting, like kids, like middle school, high school, college even. I don't know. These kids in here seem so young to me. I'm sorry, but I'm like, they're so young. But you guys know how it is. Sometimes in your social circles, you can authentically be your full self. And your full self might be the bag or not the bag or whatever it is. You can be your full self. And then there are other times when you know, like, I can't fully share that. I'm just saying, from an African-American woman, over the years, I've been cautious and smart about how I showed up. So if we're talking about like bags or shoes, sometimes you need to be low key and observe where you are, because there are racial injustice thoughts or preconceptions that do exist.
So Isabella, what was your response to that?
I honestly disagree. I don't see the purpose in dumbing yourself down to please somebody else, or just because someone else might feel more comfortable with the broke down black person because that's what they're used.
Woo! Wow. Wow. I am not my father. I am not my mother. I am not my ancestors. That's the epitome of it right there. When they said that this was the generation that was going to turn up, that's some turn up shit right there. I like Shorty. She actually kind of bad too. I like that shit. Say that shit again, girl.
To please somebody else, or just because someone else might feel more comfortable with the broke down black person because that's what they're used to.
No, but it may not be that. But what it is, and I have this sometimes where I'll be in certain situations and I'll never reveal that I'm a professor, right? It's just like the moment I reveal that, people, they just change the way they interact with me. And I'm like, dude, don't change. I'm from the working class, man. You know what I mean? Like I can. Well, like once, like workers around campus, whatever they're doing, whatever kind of work they're doing, I will meet them and I'll start talking to them and we'll start talking about a job they're doing, and they're immediately just like, I don't know who this guy is, but he knows what we can talk. And then I never tell them I'm a professor, but they assume that I'm like them, and that's how I want to be. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like.
But that doesn't change what Isabella said.
What is it?
You're saying you're making a choice to manipulate in some
manipulate in a way.
Into this thing to manipulate in some way an impression, right? And like you're saying, Tiga, sometimes for good reason, maybe always for good reason. I don't disagree with that, but Isabella is saying I don't see a reason to be anything other than
who
what
I
I
am.
actually am. So I mean that's just an interesting distinction, and it's very powerful.
I think it's powerful. I agree. I think it's powerful what Isabella said, and I agree with it. Just for clarity, I'm not suggesting dumbing down, but it's more. I think when you get older.
Yo, Isabella be talking shit like a motherfucker to her parents. Isabella, fuck you, mom. You're in the 60s. Yo, I can hear it now. Like when you hear them imitate the little white boys. Fuck you, mom. Go to your room. Fuck you, mom. Like Jeffy. You ever watch Jeffy? That little nigga hilarious. But yeah, I see that shit in Isabella B. I see her talking wild shit to her moms. And the dad just stand there and don't say shit.
Yeah. You have more wisdom of filters of things.
Dude, totally.
That's all.
I would like to think it's wisdom that you and I share.
Wisdom, right. So just for clarity, I don't dumb myself down for anybody. I don't change who I am for anyone. And if my presence or whatever makes someone uncomfortable, they have to navigate through that. But I just meant around the upfront, in your face sometimes, you actually can benefit more from dumbing down isn't the word, but
being more nonchalant. being more.
Maybe that.
Yeah.
But listen, here's a quick story. So Lori and I have had the opportunity over the years to spend time around billionaires, right? Like people like of that sort of level. And one thing we learned from, remember several conversations we've had with people with, not just people with means, but we with like a lot of means, that there's three things that are really key. At least this was 10 years ago as people were talking, like three things. One is your wallet, right?
This is for men, I think.
This is for men. One is the wallet. Like the wallet just says a lot about who you are. Another is your belt. Belt is key. Like now you don't just have a belt, but you have a belt. And the other is shoes.
No name shoes. No name shoes.
Yeah, no name shoes.
Yeah.
Like there are people in the classroom. There are definitely some international students in here who have shoes that cost like $700 and $800. And you're a serious person. So like whatever that means. Hey, I'm just gonna say it like that. A serious person, right? Accomplished human being.
Yeah. And what I mean by that is, the world is changing a lot, and it's changing at a pace that's faster. Many experts would say faster ever than it's been in human history.
Yeah.
And I heard a speech on the pace of change, and one of the speakers.
Guys, I'm tired as fuck. It's 4:10. We going on 2 hours. Recap: racist white guy talking about black people commit more crimes in the U.S. in 2018. It's full of shit. They committed 3,204,273 more crimes than blacks in America in 2018. Yeah, and the rest of the stuff, I'm fucking tired. Yo, holla at y'all later. Bye.